a dancing person, a very happy dancing person. What he does is plays some music and then will either just do the happy dance, which is like a minute or two of him just dancing to this music.
Getting ready to cause some harm our way, I think. I like.
Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day where the sun is shining, the world is spinning beneath our feet, the universe is existing without even knowing that we are here, and things are good. Well, hopefully they are good. I mean, things are also bad at the same time. I mean, take a look at the state of the world. Oy vey. But at the same time, I mean, on the micro and the macro, things are bad, but things are also not bad. So that's good. Yay. I was able to sleep last night. That was good. I had some minor inner thigh muscle cramping because I got too warm. We're heading into spring. That was bad. But it was very short and it didn't get bad, so that was good. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Hopefully your day is going to be good. Hopefully your night was pleasant. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And of course, front loading of YouTube videos. Yay for YouTube algorithms. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, definitely a thumbs up. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be very cool. I read every one of them. Thumbs up each one that I do. Listen as stuff falls over, and I answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. So thumbs up on that. And of course, I want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people who are literally beautiful and literally awesome. My disability is not keeping up with the cost of living, and these people are helping to slow my descent into financial ruin. It is greatly appreciated, each and every one of these beautiful and awesome people. If you'd like to be a beautiful and awesome person, hey, I do have links in the show more video description. Front loading a video over. Thank you, YouTube algorithms. Yay. Today I've got a whole lot that I actually am going to be doing. My food stamps run out on the 31st. So I need to go up to DSHS and try and get them returned back on. So I'm able to push through my executive dysfunction at times of emergency. So I called up. It was hard, but I called up DSHS yesterday, but it was a several hour wait. And my phone that I was calling on would not have lasted through it. I have been on the phone for an hour and a half and then had the phone die. So, great. Today, as soon as I get this thing uploaded, I am walking to DSHS, which is going to be, it's slightly less than 3 miles. That's cool. I'm going to make that walk up there, get the stuff done that I need to, hopefully get things turned back on so I can eat, and that'll be good. And then, on my way back, I'm going to swing by the business office at the hospital so I can discuss if they haven't sent my bill off to, what's that word? Collections. Then I need to talk to them because I haven't even been able to do anything on that. It's horrible. So hopefully I'll be able to get some things done on that front, and that'll be good. And then I come back, and then I'm going to be doing things for the day. It'll probably be afternoon by that point. Yay! Yesterday, I got confused and thought that I needed to record some hrot, and it was late in the day because, oh boy, I also had some hideous depression stuff. I'll talk about that. And then discovered that, no, I didn't need to record yesterday, but because I did, that frees up today, and so it worked out perfectly. Now, I'm back to, I think, if I can remember what I was saying, yes. Oh boy, I have the occasional I have different types of depression. I'd have to say it that way, where sometimes it's just, horrible, everything is gonna die, and other days it's this part of life is good, but this part is bad. And yesterday everything was fine, except there was a deep dissatisfaction with life. I had that kind of depression yesterday, where the day wasn't bad, nothing extra beyond the ordinary horrible was happening, but I was just filled with a deep unsatisfaction. Very unpleasant. Lasted all day. So I'm having to deal with those feelings too, which makes it rough. I'm trying to get back into doing reactions again. I mean, my blood pressure skyrocketed. I didn't feel good the last 2 months I was on my ADHD med, so I started falling off and not doing as many. And then when I almost had a stroke because my blood pressure got too high and I had to stop taking my ADHD meds, it has been hell since then. My mood is volatile at the best of times. Right now, I'm not staying anywhere even close to where I need to be to do a halfway decent reaction. And that makes me really sad because I want to do those again. There's stuff I'd like to do. I like doing reactions. I like listening to cool stuff. I like doing things. But I haven't been able to do much of anything because of this underlying deep unsatisfying dissatisfaction with life. So I don't know how I can fix and change parts of this, because part of this is because I had to stop being medicated for ADHD. I doubt I'll ever be able to take ADHD meds again. I almost wish I hadn't taken them, but on the other hand, being able to have my free-floating association and thinking for the mass amounts of creativity for my setting was good. And I'm very, very glad that I was able to do that part of it. So I've still got that. So it was worth it, even though it's so painful right now. There are some other things that I want to talk about. Let's see if I have down here. The one thing, this is the one last thing, maybe not one last thing. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's like English. This is probably one of the last things I'm going to say on this list before I leap into talking about, story stuff and world building. But there is this one person on YouTube that I've been watching now. Doesn't have a lot of subscribers, and of the subscribers they have, don't get a ton of views on their videos from what I've seen. And I understand, but the person is, I'm not going to be able to pronounce their name properly. I don't speak the language. I have never really been around a lot of people with this kind of name, so my tongue doesn't know how to do it properly. But his name is approximately Gurdi Pandya of the Yukon. And yeah, I cannot tell you, and I don't want to make a guess because that is deeply insulting, but he is a dancing person, a very happy dancing person. What he does is play some music and then will either just do the happy dance, which is like a minute or two of him just dancing to this music, or he'll make a 3 or 4 minute video showing you how he does his dance so that you can do it too, and then he does the dance at the end. And it's just being positive and happy for the month. And that's what he does. He goes out into the Yukon, there's snow everywhere, and he tells people, be positive, be happy, and he turns on his music and he dances to the music. And he's got just an incredible smile, and it's just so incredibly heartwarming and wholesome. So if you look up Gurdi Pandya, Gurdeeppandher of the Yukon, I think it's well worth it. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Well, hey, what do you say? Now, of course, back to the things that I'm trying to at least get done. I did some meandering and weird thinking because now that I'm unfocused without meds, I'm unfocused. But last night I'd mentioned how a lot of the stuff that I do, 90% of the stuff I do in my settings is for me, because I do this so I can boil it down to this so I can write about this. But this is all required to make this work for my head. And so I was refreshing some stuff in my head and going over characters and thinking about things. And I had realized that I had never thought about this, but that's why I like the whole percolation method of thinking about things. And I have an itchy spot right there, yes. But I was thinking, oh, gods above. Oh, yay, my memory with unmedicated ADHD. Yes, the cosmic horrors that live in the multiverse. There are only 13 of them in an infinite multiverse. Anybody who is anybody knows of them. Their influence covers the entirety of the multiverse. And I was thinking of that because Amaterasu, this is not her home. Amaterasu left her home multiverse, swam through the Ungata, the void, and came to the infinite city with its foundations in this multiverse, and then life birthed her 12 children. This is not her home. This is just a place for her to exploit. This is just a place where she lives right now. She left her home so that she could live birth her children in safety. But for the 12 Angakira, her children, this is their home. And you may not love your home, but it's your home. It's not a foreign thing. It's not strange and unusual. You know, it's weird, it's wild, it's crazy. And ever since the arrival of the cosmic horrors, it's gotten weirder, wilder, and more bizarre. It has become its own strange and mutated thing because of their presences. But it's their home. They look upon this as their home. After all, why would a cosmic horror like Erugots be trying to catalog the entirety of every universe within the multiverse if they didn't care about the multiverse? Why would Asatarasi, now known as Satyr, go scouring planets and worlds and universes for things of long dead and dying civilizations if he didn't care? And by he, again, of course, that's English and my old age, the ways I learned to speak when I was younger. They are literally a they. They are, according to us, with our 3+1 beings, they are asexual and agenderless. Sexless and genderless. And even in the context of their reality, they are sterile. They have no sex or gender. They are beyond that. So when I say he, that's just number one, English, and decades of just doing it one way. But even like Asatarasi, now known as Satyr, why would they go scouring things? There is Nebukiro, the ram. One of the things as many of them like to do, is there are three major zones of the universe where we are. The Ungadan, the cold and dark. It is frozen and cold out here. There's the Ungare, which is hotter, much more pressure, much more real than we are here. The cosmic horrors can walk upon those worlds, but the universes creak and groan under the heat and the pressure. But in the Ungara, they can walk on those worlds like we walk on ours here. And Nebukiro spends a lot of time just finding right places, right world, the right place, the right world, the right universe to just stand on a hill, hooves planted in ripe, lush, living dirt, with the grass growing around them, listening to that, feeling the wind on their skin, the summer heat from the lazy sun, and just enjoying existing. Would they do that if they didn't care about their home? No, the cosmic horror is for all that they are different and bizarre and unusual, and for us, uncaring, yeah, this is their home. They have a deep love for it. I mean, we wouldn't understand any of that. We can't. Again, we are 3+1. 3 spatial dimensions, 1 time sense, that's it. Even on the inside of this one universe, that setting, these people, while they are 3+1, do have more with their extra universal chromosomes. So they can sense and see and experience much, much more than those of us without. And I thought that was pretty cool, that whole revelation about them. I do have a whole lot more to think about on the razor's edge, and I have a whole lot that I've written down that I want to talk about that I never get to. Like I've mentioned before, there is the sheriff who slows down so much that they eventually die because of this horrible thing that happens. And there's the EMT who was with the sheriff when this thing happened. They grow to 25 feet tall. Eventually, they just leave town. They were already a loner when they were working night shift as an EMT, so they didn't have to really interact with people all that much. Always there for the community, but past that, they're a loner. After they grew, they just moved out of town. Had a bunch of loner friends move out with them. You know, they got electricity, a little bit of stuff, and they just hung out there. After about a year, there's one or two of them that still stay. Most of them drifted back into town, but, well, the EMT, he's kind of growing horns now, and his body's continuing to change shape into sort of he's getting hooves, and his lower legs are turning into kind of goat man type legs. So he's continuing to change, and after that time he's just, I've got no reason to stay. I'm heading out. I'm leaving. And so they head out. What is their eventual fate? I don't know. At least not yet. But yeah. The sheriff slows down and stops, and this EMT at 25 feet tall, turning into a sort of a gigantic human hybrid of human goat and deer, heads out into the wilderness just to continue their experience in life. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. Sure ain't much, but anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count American Sign Language, well, with my depression, fibro, and so much more, I am just lucky I can do anything at all. AH, thumbs up and thank you. Jesse Koskinen, I sure hope that they put Hrot on the Switch. That would be good. It is one person, solo dev. It is awesome. And Space Votnik, thumbs up and thank you. And oh boy, yeah, those grenades bounce everywhere. Hokey smokes. S. Sulkuth, thumbs up and thank you. Ben B, and thank you very much for the plushie stuff. I'm going to be putting more and more plushies up there again, so that there's a whole lot more. Thumbs up. I'm looking off to my side. There's my monitor, and I was looking at the plushies on the shelf with that. Like, thumbs up. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Jay with 2 Y's, thumbs up, and I hopefully you enjoy all my Razor's Edge stuff talk. That would be a good thing. Johnny K, thumbs up, and thank you very much. And that is it. 7 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Ooh, itchy spot in my head. Yay, you get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only for a short time, if only in text. Greatly appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. Now, of course, I'm the hands in the air. Don't know what device you're watching this on. Don't know where the video description is, but inside of that, there are links to all of my channels, along my Twitter, my Patreon, my Facebook. I said that all out of order. It's that kind of day. And again, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful, literally awesome people are literally beautiful and literally awesome. And indeed, they are, in fact, people as well. And that's good. A very, very good thing. If you would like to be one of these beautiful and awesome people and help me out, that would be appreciated greatly, greatly. I am sinking below the waves, and it's painful, so if you could help, that'd be awesome. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I do have links to a PayPal, and if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I do have links to an Amazon wish list with stuff like cat food on it, so if you could check that out. If you could toss me a like, appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, and of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. I'm trying to cut that down so it's even shorter. I don't want people to just continue skipping that part, so if you have watched, thumbs up. Thank you very much. It is appreciated. I'm going to be trying to get stuff done today. As stated, got a lot of walking around and places to go, people to talk to, so I don't starve in the next month. So, I was going to say until we meet again, but of course I do have to stress, because I'm one of those, hey, be the last person to drop precautions. With the Covfefe bug still out there in the world, and while things are falling and becoming better in the U.S., The first people to drop defenses are still those that get a little bit mauled. The last people to drop defenses aren't. Be the last person. Don't get mauled. Be smart. Get boosted. Get vaccinated. Past that, just be smart. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and quite frankly, I do think that is a very good idea. Thumbs up on that.